Fralet forte tough price. savior and avenger, my heart is light, almost as if I were alive again. Your monster is quite impressive. In my day, she that possessed such a prize could have ruled the Sith.
Jani Bragais, uns in Freistubnajal.
I am sorry, but I have always been vain, and surrender is not a pill I swallow easily.
We can't waste any more time.
As you say. Before you perform the ritual, promise me that you will release me when your enemies are defeated, and you no longer need my power. Seal the promise with your blood, and I will submit willingly to your control.
I don't make promises to the likes of you.
I won't be taken easily.
Jay pay ok diabolaw from Anasto Denai, ni Naubayjan.
My lord, I hope to catch you before you left. I have resigned from the service. The military just isn't the best use of my talents. I feel I could serve the Empire better by helping you, if you'll let me.
And what exactly is in it for me?
I have military training, rifles, small arms, grenades, and, well, I don't like to brag, but I've been called the best in my profession.
He's not lying. Lieutenant Drellick has quite the reputation in his field. He's the perfect combination of brilliant, valuable, and deceptively non-threatening.
Remarkable. Are you another ghost, or...
Something like that. Perhaps I'll tell you about it sometime.
I promise I won't let you down.
Seeing you return to this ship always warms my circuits, Master. Reminds me I am still functioning.
What was your master like? You had a master, right?
I did, until I trapped her in the body of the Deshard.
Ah, so that's whose Ash is. The way she spoke of you, I suspected. She makes me uneasy. She speaks so kindly of you, but the look in her eye and that body... it's wrong.
Deception is Zash's stock and trade. Don't believe a word she says.
I won't ever get used to the fear and suspicion among Sith. You claim to follow your passions, but what about friendship? The Jedi seek spiritual peace, and they watch out for each other. Master Ryan and Osera were more like parents to me than my own parents.
Yet you disobeyed them to follow me.
Every Jedi must find her own path. Mine was with you. I'm sorry, I wasn't trying to start an argument. I'm still trying to figure things out. My lord, I'm sorry I was so harsh about the Empire earlier. There's just a lot I'm still trying to process.
Let me know if I can do anything to make the adjustment easier.
I know Jedi are supposed to be patient, but it's never been my strength. How would you feel if suddenly you had a Jedi Master and were serving the Republic?
I'm sorry. I haven't been very sympathetic.
Thanks for understanding. I promise I won't let my misgivings interfere with our work. I changed my mind. I have nothing to say to you.
Well, that's a relief. I'll just get back to work then.
No. You don't get off that easy. Just released on the HoloNet, Sith in the Corellian system killed a group of free traders for failing to give them free passage to the Outer Rim. They murdered them.
Then they should have known better than to resist a Sith.
Passage to the Outer Rim is expensive. How are they supposed to make a living or feed their families?
This rant is not very Jedi-like.
At least one of us has compassion for these people. Where are your emotions, Sith? Or is it all fear and hatred for you? No love or sympathy? If there's going to be any kind of peace agreement, the Empire has to stop this.
It sounds like you want to make Jedi out of Sith.
Free will is the ultimate good, Even if it results in the deaths of innocents? Well, what about their free will? Their desires? I guess they should have been Sith. Forget it. I should have expected you'd take the Sith side.
I just wanted to thank you again for having me along. I'm honored to work with someone of your expertise. The archaeological pursuits of the Sith and Empire have been separate for too long. It is our common history. We have a shared duty to unearth it.
Sith rarely seek knowledge for its own sake. Your purity is refreshing.
I wouldn't consider myself purer than anyone else in my line of work. I'm honored to do what I do. From the depths of the ground, history calls us to save it from obscurity. I do my best to answer that call. I can tell you do the same. You remind me of my old mentor, Orsilio Gan.
He was the one who discovered something about Naga Sadow's secret apprentice?
Advanced archaeology 100 years. No detail ever escaped him. But what am I doing talking when there's work to be done? As we say in the service, the dead aren't getting any younger.
Hey, I gotta run.
Another friend of yours in trouble?
Don't got time for questions. Someone from my Republic days has popped up. Someone I thought was dead. If I don't jump on this tip now, he might disappear again. I'll fill you in later. Alright, I said I'd give you an explanation when I got back. Here it is. We were chasing down a free trader on a tip in neutral space when an Imperial fleet jumped on our position. Blasted us to pieces. Guy who gave us the tip, an SIS agent. That's spy to the Empire. Named Harmon Reich.
Why would a Republic agent tip off an Imperial fleet?
I hear lots of Republic boys are playing both sides. It's not just the Sith who have powers of persuasion. Could have just been bad intel, except Reich disappeared the same day. One of my old underworld contacts traced one of his safe houses, but Reich slipped away before I could get to him. I can understand not wanting to fight somebody else's war. I skipped out myself, but Reich owes me an explanation.
What if the explanation is that he betrayed you and your men and sent you to die?
He better have a good reason why.
Yes! I can sense the new power within you. Good. And I would suggest...
Tagasarchais in Parks Prize Wartairen Swase Ikbus Karadida.
For once I agree with a monster. Break into Thanaton's meditation chamber and blast him with all those dead Sith you've piled up.
Then set a course for Drummond Cuss.
You got it, Captain. But if you face him with his defenses up like last time, you're toast. Don't forget it.
If there's any way I can aid you, my lord, let me know.
My lightsaber is ready, should you have need.
Up now, we sons.
I know Andronicus is rather attached to the ship, but I was wondering if I could fly it now and then. Master Ryan said I showed exceptional aptitude at flying in simulation training, but I've never been able to pilot the real thing.
You'd have to get Andronicus to agree, but I have no problem with it.
I'll be very careful, I promise.
So, explain this to me. The tomb of Naga Sadow on Korriban was built by Tulak Horde before Naga Sadow was even born? And that's where you found the Deshard Shadow Killer? And when your master tried to steal your body, you used the artifacts of Tulak Horde to put her being into this Deshard?
You forgot the part where I received aid from my long-dead ancestor, who was murdered by Tulak Horde.
Kalik. He was one of the most powerful Sith Lords of his time. Perhaps the most powerful. And an alien, too. To think how the Empire might have been different if he had killed Tulak Horde and not the other way around. Darth Zash and I have been talking. Well, when she's around. I would love to speak more with Kemval, but I don't think he likes me.
Being locked in stasis for hundreds of years was hard on him.
You know, I never thought of it that way. Yes, I'm sure that's it. Perhaps I could give him a few social pointers.
I'm sure he'd appreciate that.
Excellent. I will speak with him at the next opportunity. I understand you inherited quite the archive from Zash. I would love to see it sometime.
I would love to show it to you.
Excellent. The quest for knowledge is eternal. I'll await your call.
Let's go.
Ready for departure. Enjoy your stay. Please use all products only as intended. Be well.
That's quite nice. That's quite nice.
Shall I instruct you? I sense you will go far.
After Lord Cineratus' death, I knew you'd be here eventually. Your persistence is reckless, foolish, insulting. You mock the Sith Order by pretending you are worthy of facing me.
Draw your lightsaber. You die here.
I've faced many challenges over the years. My death is no more certain now than it was then. You are young and proud. No doubt all you see is a withered old man waiting to be crushed and succeeded. Roland?
Yes, Master.
The apprentice of a disobedient Sith must die. Let us do our solemn duty. This time, I will be sure to dispose of your corpse personally.
I've learned a few tricks since we last met.
Force be with us.
Stop this nonsense now.
Don't let him talk to you like that.
He's a treacherous snake. Cut out his fangs.
Careful now. Don't lose control.
I warned you my ritual was dangerous. I warned you it was not for the weak, but you drank the poison.
What have you done, you fool? You can't handle that kind of power.
What just happened? Where's Thanaton?
You're dying, little snake. Don't struggle. It'll only prolong the agony.
One thing I forgot to mention about the Force binding. You should never, ever bind more than one ghost at a time. Or else, well, you'll see.
I command you to leave.
We thought you might say that, but we'd rather not.
We had no choice but to serve you before, but now we can finally have some fun.
Sith. Back in the land of the living. Easy now.
You overextended yourself. The ghost's power was too much for your body to adapt to so quickly. And that's not to mention the little chats you've been having in your sleep. Let me guess, the ghosts?
That's not yours to know.
Deny it outright next time. Evasion is as good as confirmation.
Whatever the cause, you look dire. And Thanaton will take advantage unless we find a cure quickly.
Give me some time to do some research. Ashara, I'll need your help. Holocrons are impossible these days.
Destination? Enjoy your stay.
My lord, I've been studying the Sith code lately, and I'm wondering what you think of the line, "Peace is a lie." There doesn't seem to be a lot of room for interpretation, but I know you are an ardent proponent of peace.
There's a difference between complacency and genuine peace.
The Jedi are not complacent. My lord, I've been studying. There doesn't seem to be a lot...
You should know by now that I do not allow the Sith to dictate how I live my life.
Yes, I guess so. It still strikes me as strange how you can be Sith and value Sith teaching so little. The Jedi Code is the core of our philosophy. We learn it by heart, and it's the foundation of everything we do. But I guess it's different for the Sith. The Sith Code is more a description than a guide.
Some take its words very seriously.
Which is better? The ones that truly believe peace is a lie, or the ones with no code at all? How can there be peace with the Sith Empire when every Sith does their own thing? This task we've taken gets more difficult every day.
If you don't mind my asking, how is it you became Sith, my lord? The process is completely foreign to me. I had a brother who was Force-sensitive. Darth Maul came and took him to Korriban, but we didn't hear from him again after that. Ungrateful little rat thinks he's too good for us now, my father said. But really, I think he just missed him.
Most of the people who go to Korriban to become Sith die in training.
You don't know my brother. He never took no for an answer. We Drellic boys might not look like much, but we fight back. Father always wanted one son in the Sith and one in the military. Admittedly, the Imperial Reclamation Service wasn't his first choice, but after all the cursing stopped, I think he warmed up to the idea.
When people think of military heroism, they don't generally think of digging in ancient tombs.
No, but we serve a vital purpose. The Imperial Reclamation Service shores up the Empire's foundations against the flood of forgetfulness and misinformation that threatens our history. I'd like to see a fighter pilot establish the lineage of a 3,000-year-old Sith Lord with nothing but rocks and a dead language.
I have always believed that knowledge will ultimately win out over the lightsaber and the blaster.
Thank you, my lord. It is my honor to serve.
Hey, Sith. We make a pretty good team. I was thinking I might take off after I found Reich, but the old job just doesn't sound quite as appealing.
I'd be honored to have you with me.
Maybe sometime I'll take you out into open space, show you the thrill of lying in wait for a big freighter and a big payoff. I may be out of the game, but my skills are sharper than ever.
Please order your monster to settle down. His raging makes it impossible to get any reading done.
In bizo se waitai spila presin kretai. In bise e wanata atragata injais. Godais akran bayranans jawan jandans in pan guidis.
You were the one who couldn't just leave Tulak Horde's bones alone.
This fool will never accept responsibility as long as there's someone else to blame. I really am quite grateful. You've no idea how much easier it's been to think since the storehouse. And I have to say, I'm growing used to this body. It has its limitations, certainly, but such strength.
Don't get too settled. Ken won't like it.
He doesn't have much of a choice, does he? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get some research in while the monster's at bay. It makes no sense. Darth Vail has produced over 3,000 volumes, writings and holocrons. Makes a one-line notation. I'm hearing voices, must find cure. Then nothing. In 3,000 volumes, not a single other mention of the subject.
Being in that Deshard body hasn't done much for your research abilities.
His fingers aren't as nimble for turning pages, but I assure you I can do just fine. Wait. Why didn't I see this before? Volume 2397, line 232. Killed my fourth apprentice today. Caught him spying. Seamline, volume 2455. Killed my fourth apprentice today. Caught him spying. The entire volume is a duplicate.
How did that fool know what volume to hide?
Benetton must have grasped what was going on when he confronted you and ordered the volumes switched. Let's hope he didn't destroy them. He keeps a private, heavily guarded library under Drummond Castle. I'm not supposed to know about it, but for various reasons I do. I'm guessing Darth Vilus's missing volume and another by Darth Aratus are there. Both could be imperative to your survival.
Destination? Enjoy your stay.
I need the rest.
Ufal alese rekechecha.
Stop right there. Sorry, my lord, but you're not allowed in here.
I just exploded and rendered your master unconscious. You don't want to test my patience.
Yes, my lord, right. Just don't mess anything up, and don't tell Thanaton we let you in. He'll have our heads.
The ritual I performed was too much power too quickly. I am disintegrating rapidly. I have begun to drain parts of my power into holocrons, though it is only a temporary solution. My research points to a cure, almost too amazing to fathom, but I must try, and I must succeed. It will require going into the heart of Belsavis, a place so racked with chaos I shudder to think of going. Still, no time for hesitation. I go now, or not at all.
Destination? Enjoy your stay.
I found some things that look relevant.
Excellent. It will take some time for Ashara and I to study these. In the meantime, you may want to check in on Harker. Make certain he knows you're alive, and that he shouldn't take any liberties with the trials.
I would like very much to know how my future apprentice is coming along.
I'll let you know the moment I find anything.
like oceans.
Time for death, Twi'lek.
Kava tupa stumpa, makingsa.
Quiet, both of you. You know your trial. Now go. My lord, you just missed the latest trial. As you can see, we have a wild group. All except the human. He was surprisingly quick to die.
Through no interference of yours, I trust?
These wretches can get themselves killed without my help. My credits are on the three-eyed one, personally. Uglier than my twisted Sith grandmother, but he has a vicious streak uncommon in slaves.
I'll take that bet. My credits are on the Kaleesh.
I didn't know you were the gambling type, my lord. While you're here, is there anything particular you want to accomplish with these trials? Many Sith Lords use the Acolytes to gather things from the tombs for them.
Whatever you send them for, make sure it's a challenge. I don't want a weak apprentice.
When have I ever tolerated weakness? I'll contact you when they are on their last trial so that you can arrive in time for the results.
Zash and I have been looking over the information you recovered from Thanaton's library.
Any truth to the rumors there's a big old Republic prison on Belsavis?
I heard something of that from Master Ryan, but I didn't want to believe it.
Unfortunately, Belsavis looks like the most promising lead. Darth Iratus went there seeking a cure for the deterioration of his body. It sounds like precisely the thing you need.
I want to keep all options open. Continue to research Voss while I go to Belsavis.
Yes, my lord.
My knowledge is limited, but I'll brief you once we dock with the Belsavis space station.
My lord, I must ask a favor of you. Our mission. We cannot hope to accomplish it without help.
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting we recruit more Jedi to our side. Yes, I know. There are Jedi who would help us. Who would see that a strong, rational empire is the only path to peace.
Clearly, you have a particular Jedi in mind.
Master Simon Walls is known by many as a wise, open-minded Jedi. He brought the Sith Lord Karis Vale to the light and oversaw his initiation into the Jedi. He has retired in seclusion to Alderaan for personal study and meditation, but young Jedi still make pilgrimages to him. I would like to make a pilgrimage, and if possible, get his support.
I welcome any support we can get.
I'll return quickly, I promise. I can't believe him! I'm not a Jedi. He says I'm not a Jedi?
Well, you're quick to anger, stubborn, and you left your training to follow a Sith. I'm not so sure you are a Jedi.
Shut up! I'm not a Sith. I came to him for help, and he turned me away. It's not fair. I was the best Padawan Masters Ryan and Nosera ever trained. I am a Jedi.
Why do you cling to the Jedi Order? They will never accept you for who you are.
I don't care. I'm a Jedi. I've never been anything else. The return of the Sith in this war has changed things. Sometimes compromise is necessary. Yes, I don't care what Master Simon said. Thank you, my lord, for helping me talk through this.
You'll never believe what I found. I thought I'd left this behind planets ago.
Is it some kind of artifact?
This is the tooth of a 4,000-year-old proto-rancor. But look, see this? It's some kind of metal. Not cortosis, but very similar. This rancor was tamed. It was my very first discovery. I carry it with me everywhere for luck. I thought I'd lost it when I fell into an old tomb a couple of digs ago. It turned out it was caught in the lining of my pocket.
On Korriban, I pulled an artifact from an ancient holocron that was supposed to be unopenable.
You mean from the pyramid and the tomb of Marka Ragnos? How did you do it? With a sonic excavator, or some device of your own?
It was painfully obvious, really. I used lightning.
You know, there's a theory in the archaeological world that certain ancient devices, holocrons especially, have resonances. It's something to do with the Force. Just as only Sith can activate holocrons, some ancient devices can only be activated by certain Sith bloodlines. Well, most archaeologists reject it as unscientific. But there's so much about the galaxy we don't understand. Who am I to say what's scientific?
Have you worked with many Sith in the past?
Never closely. Usually in a for-hire arrangement. The Imperial Reclamation Service may be part of the Army, but we get much less funding than our more martial comrades-in-arms. But if you'll excuse me, I have some new findings to analyze.
We've arrived at the Belsavis spaceport.
Good. We'll have to work quickly if we're to find a cure for your strange ailment. We know that a Sith called Darth Eratus suffered a similar problem. His power became too much for him, and he began to deteriorate. We also know that he went to Belsavis in search of a Rakata device that he believed could fix him, whatever that means.
Who were these Rakata?
Little is known of them. They were highly advanced and ruled the galaxy. Then they just disappeared. I've looked into Belsavis. There is indeed evidence that the Rakata were here, and that they built some kind of monumental prison. The Republic have arrived since, however, and built their own prison. Whatever this device is, we'll have to navigate 2 prisons to get to it.
I'll destroy that prison piece by piece, if I have to.
Fortunately, that work has already begun. The Empire recently discovered the Republic's prison and staged a massive prison break.
Saves us the trouble of breaking in, I guess.
It also means the planet is in chaos, and any trail Darth Eratus left will have been obliterated.
If we don't have Darth Eratus to follow, we need to take another approach. Do you know any Rakata experts?
There's no such thing as a Rakata expert. Little is known of them, and even less of it makes sense. But while perusing the Republic prison logs, I discovered a familiar name. The Circle, a group of criminal technologist Nikto I once employed. They never met a system they couldn't slice, or a machine they couldn't reverse engineer. Perhaps they can interpret Darth Eratus' diagrams on Belsavis.
Do you know where they were being held?
Unfortunately, no.
I bet one of the guardhouses has a record of where they were kept. I've seen my share of prisons.
We must be careful. Belsavis is a place of unknown danger. But be quick. The dates on Darth Eratus' records show his condition worsening rapidly.